Plaintiff Nancy Dickerson is suing her former friend for unpaid rent. Nancy says she rented her condo to the defendant because they were supposed to be best friends. But then Nancy claims the defendant illegally moved in another friend, her boyfriend, and a dog. Defendant Chelsea Bernard claims that when Chelsea lost her job, Nancy told her to get a roommate. So Chelsea found someone else to live in the condo.
All right, the plaintiff is suing her former friend for unpaid rent. State your case.
Chelsea and I have been friends for over 6 years now. And I just feel like, I don't even really know who she is, like who this person is standing next to me. I mean, first of all, I didn't even know that her name was Erica. I found out that her name is Erica.
You know her 6 years, you don't know what her name is?
My point exactly. We've ended up finding.
What's your name?
Chelsea is in my middle name, but I've always gone by Chelsea.
Okay, so but so when you introduce yourself to people, like to the court today, you're Chelsea.
Well, I said I signed everything as Erica.
You sign everything as Erica? Well, if you sign everything as Erica, how come your best friend for 6 years doesn't know your name is Erica?
I don't know, because
Did you ever send her a birthday card, a holiday card?
I always sign it Chelsea. I've always gone by Chelsea.
Okay.
I just feel like if she was more concerned with taking care of her financial responsibilities instead of spending it on lavish cars and getting enhancements, then we wouldn't be in this situation today.
Getting enhancements?
Getting breast implants. We wouldn't be in this situation.
I got the drift first time, but thank you, yes.
Okay. Your Honor, but those were all things that I got before I lost my job.
All right, okay. How did you two meet?
We met, actually we worked together when we were 19. We met when we were 19 at Victoria's Secret, and we were beauty specialists there. But in spite of all this stuff going on, Chelsea always had the appearance of being financially stable. She always drove lavish cars. She owns 2 condos. She's always dressed nice. Her highlights are always done.
They were inherited to me. I didn't purchase them. When
Your highlights?
No, the condos. the 2 condos.
Go ahead.
So anyhow, so renting the condo to her, it was
Wait a minute, did you just say she owned 2 condos and now you're renting her a condo?
That's my point. This is crazy.
Do you
own 2 condos?
They were inherited to my mother and myself just recently.
After you rented from her?
When we signed
When
this,
you
right.
rented from her, did you own your own condo? No. Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, I don't.
So you're saying that she had secrets, that you didn't know her name was Erica, you didn't know she had 2 condos?
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
All
That's
right.
my
Looks
point.
like Victoria isn't the only one with a secret in this show. Right? All right. So what are you suing her for?
So I'm suing her for unpaid rent because, like I said, in spite of all this, she's always seemed financially stable.
Do you work, Chelsea?
I do now, but I lost my job when I moved to Chicago back in February, and I had tried to explain that to her one time.
I want to get at the beginning of this. When is it that she ends up leasing from you?
December of 2008.
Okay, and where is this happening?
This is happening in Michigan.
In Michigan, all right. And what is your conversation that you have with her regarding her leasing from you? Okay.
Chelsea was in a situation where she was living with this guy. The guy had a girlfriend and a daughter who apparently didn't like the fact that Chelsea is young and pretty and got the blonde hair and everything going on. She had to get out quick.
She's living with a guy who's got a girlfriend and a daughter?
Right.
Where's the girlfriend and the daughter living?
This is what she told me, that they were all living
together?
Yeah. Just if I can finish.
Victoria's got a lot of secrets.
That they were all living together.
Yeah,
I was in a situation too where I had somebody that was living there that wasn't paying their rent. So
living in your condo?
In my condo.
How old are you?
I'm 25 now. I bought the condo when I was 21.
You bought a condo at 21?
Yes.
Good for you. Good for you. That's responsibility. Good for you. Go ahead.
So that's how it came about. So I'm thinking, perfect. Not only is she my friend, so I know she's not going to tear anything up, but she always has a job, so I know she's going to pay me my rent, and we'll go from there.
What are you supposed to pay her every month?
$980.
$980 a month, starting when?
On December 1st.
December 1st?
Of 08.
Of 08. Is that accurate? Yeah, let's take a look at the lease. Is that accurate, Nancy?
That is accurate.
All right, what happens?
And so she paid rent. Everything was fine all the way up until about April. And then this is when it just started being a spiral downhill.
Your Honor, it was June.
This is when it started being a spiral downhill with problems.
What happened?
So first I start getting letters about unapproved pets. Now in my condo, you have to have it approved with the association before you can have animals live there.
You had an animal?
I had my mom's dog sometimes, and then due to what happened with
That's
me,
a lie. That's a lie.
I did have my mom's dog there.
Your Honor, if I can just...
She's not even letting me finish.
If I can just tell you...
Good. You know what? She's suing you. Let's hear it.
If I can just tell you why that's a lie, it's a lie because I found out that she moved her friend in illegally with her friend's boyfriend, and their dog back on March 8th.
To get a roommate.
Back on March 8th, which I had the text messages of her friend stating that's when they moved in.
When did you find out that she had a friend, a boyfriend,
we didn't
and
find
a dog?
this out. Me and my boyfriend went and looked. We didn't even find this out until the end of June that somebody was illegally occupying my condo.
All right, so what happens is the association tells you there's a dog in your condo, and you're like, there's no dog in my condo. It's my girlfriend Chelsea.
Right, I'm taking up for Chelsea. I'm like, I know that she doesn't have a dog. I'm taking up for him. I'm like, Chelsea does not have a dog there. So I called Chelsea to find out.
Have you stopped by, Nancy, to check this place out?
Not until the end of June.
Why? When did they tell you there was a dog there?
Well, that's the thing. When I contacted Chelsea was like, sometimes, or she watched her mom's dog for like a week. So that's probably what the issue was.
Right.
So I told the association that. So they were like, okay, fine, whatever. It was dropped. But then I kept continuing getting phone calls and letters, which I have the letter here from them. So we finally go over there by the end of June. And I unlock the door and I see a girl standing in the hallway holding a bulldog. So I'm like, this girl looks like she's getting ready to cry. So I'm like, she's like, who are you? I'm like, who are you? Like, why are you here?
You unlock the door of your condo, expecting to see your tenant. You see someone else. She says, who are you? And you say, who are you?
Right. Right.
Is the bulldog there?
Who, by the way, like urinated all over my carpet in the living room, which I have pictures of.
So you're telling me.
I told her.
Nancy, hang on.
I'm sorry. I'm just fired up right now because this is ridiculous that we're even here.
Okay. Here's the issue. At some point, did you stop paying rent?
Not until she told me I was no longer involved and she signed a lease with somebody else.
I didn't sign a lease with anybody else.
There's one right here.
Do you have a lease that she signed with someone else? Let's see it.
Did you sign a lease? No, I have an agreement with Krista because when we walked in, Krista was there. She thought we were going to take and kick all of her stuff out. So I signed an agreement with her that said that she had to be out of the...
I got it.
Okay, thank you. That is not a lease.
Here's the issue. She goes to your apartment, her condo that you're renting. You're not there. Why not?
Because I go to school in Chicago now.
So you moved out.
Without telling me.
Hold on.
Sorry.
But I don't have to, as long as you're collecting money, I don't have to tell you.
Let me ask the question. So you moved to Chicago from Michigan.
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell your landlord that you were moving to another state?
I told her that my
That's
boyfriend
a yes
was
or
here.
no. Did you tell your landlord you were moving to another state?
No, not at the time.
Okay. Did you continue to pay your landlord after you moved to another state?
Yes, I did.
For how long did you pay her?
Until June, until she told me.
Not until what she said. I'm asking you, when is the last check you get?
The last payment was in June.
June. Okay. Did you send her $980 in June?
No, I sent her $500.
So you didn't pay the full rent in June?
No, and I asked her.
Doesn't matter. So what I have here is a lease from December to December. You move out. You don't tell the landlord. At the end of the day, the last month you pay is June, and you don't even pay the whole month. Now, who's the woman with the bulldog?
She is a friend of mine that was moving in to help me cover things because I lost my job. And
all right. And you're saying that the landlord said to you, if you need help with the rent, then move somebody else in.
She told me to
Do you
get a
deny
roommate.
that you said that, Nancy?
Yes. She told me in June that back in February, she was starting to have issues with the money. No mention of this.
I didn't have issues with the money. I lost my job in
No
February.
mention of this.
So how does it end up? She lost her job and she moved out of state.
It ends up with her illegally moving someone in without my knowledge or approval.
Okay.
I said, I need to approve this person. I had no idea who this person was. I had no lease with them. I had no lease.
I'll decide if it's illegal. Thank you both.
I had no lease with them, Your Honor. I did not know who this person was occupying my unit.
I'm going to read. You are fired up. You need to chill a little.
Okay.
On page 2 of the lease, it says assignment and subletting. Without the prior written consent of lessor or lessee, cannot assign or sublet or grant any concession or license the use of premises, and it specifically does not include bulldogs. Chelsea, talk to me. She's suing you for $5,380 for all the rent after you left, Why should you not pay her? Why should I not rule in her favor?
Well, I was trying to do all the right things. I never wanted to just abandon her when I lost my job. I didn't feel that that was something that I needed to disclose with anybody. That was personal. I was still paying her out of my checking and my savings, trying to make ends meet. When I found out that I was pregnant, I had to pay more money for my health insurance, so I started to struggle in June, which is why I only paid part of the rent.
You shouldn't tell me any of this, by the way.
But I don't have to tell you. And so I had asked.
Why are you here, by the way? What's your name?
Hello, Your Honor. I'm Brian.
Hey, Brian.
I'm Nancy's boyfriend.
Does she like this all the time?
Even worse sometimes. If someone, it matters. It matters.
I know you took an oath to tell the truth, but that's a little too much.
No, it matters what gets her fired up. And you know, I've been a witness to everything.
Yeah, what are you here to witness?
You know, I'm just here to say they were really good friends, and ever since.
Good, that's enough. Sit down. You know what? If you lost your job, it's not your fault. It's an economic downturn. If you move somebody in because you wanted to help pay the rent, that's fine. But you've got to follow the rules, Chelsea. You really do. All right. I'd like for the two of you to be able to become friends again, because there's nothing so horrible that I've heard so far that indicates to me that you can't be friends again. This is a breach of contract. The issue is if I sign a lease and I have to move out because there's some change in my own circumstance, then I'm responsible for the lease. But the defendant says, wait a minute, she entered into an agreement with the person that I moved in, and therefore I shouldn't have to pay at all because she entered into an agreement with this other person. And the evidence is before me. But the problem is, Chelsea, that agreement was only for the month of July, and she agreed to vacate. So even though she rented to someone else or leased, that's only lessening your obligation. It doesn't resolve you of your obligation.
No, and I understand that, and I would have continued, but when she did that, she also sent me something saying, Krista and I have arrangements. You are no longer involved. There's no reason for us to ever speak ever again.
Yeah. In other words, she was saying, I never want to speak to you again.
Right.
That didn't absolve you of your obligation under the lease. So verdict for the plaintiff. So ordered. Thank you.
I don't feel like we're going to be friends anymore.
She said, I like to salvage this, be in your wedding and see your cute baby. Those were just sent a couple of days ago.